Good evening. I want to welcome everyone to our night of Sounds of Music. I'm Nate Dorman. I'm thrilled and overwhelmed by this incredible turnout. It's very special. So when you go to the movies, when we all go to the movies, the rule of thumb is it's dark, it's quiet. So your visual and your audio senses are aroused. And when you go to the movie and hear some special music with a special storyline, the music can be some of the most powerful, meaningful music you've ever heard. Hence tonight, we're going to do a night of music and the movies. So the big challenge tonight, when I started putting the list together, I had my initial short list was over 50 movie songs. Over 50, you know, we'd be here all night. It would be a bit much. So I took a twofold approach for tonight to develop the appropriate music list. The first approach is I went to the American Film Institute, who around 10 years ago put together a list of the 10 greatest movie songs of all time. And I need to share with you, it's an unbelievable list. And in fact, tonight you can see them. At the same time, it was clear to me that there's so many other remarkable movie songs that I just couldn't leave out tonight. So I'm gonna include, as we go, around 6 of the others that did make the top 10. And I think they're pretty worthy, these other sets. So here we go. We're gonna jump right in, and we're gonna start with a song that's not in the top 10. So here we go. We're talking about Star Wars 1977. We always like to do a little historical perspective. 1997 was the year. 1977 was the year of the Apple II computer, personal computer, which changed all our lives. That was the first one, 1977. So here we go. John Williams, the brilliant John Williams. In addition to the Star Wars movies, he did Jurassic Park, he did Jaws, he did E.T., he did Close Encounters of the Third Kind, he did Harry Potter, he did Superman. I could go on and on and on. The film was directed by George Lucas. It was a brilliant breakthrough technology film. Williams was influenced by Dvorak and Strauss for the Star Wars theme. This is the London Symphony Orchestra playing it. And I can't think of a better way to start our music movie night than with the Star Wars theme. Here we go. Talking. It's a pretty incredible group, of course, and they came up with The Sound of Music. Rodgers and Hammerstein. Quick historical note, we're talking, the movie came out in 1965. So 65, we're going to go to October 65, the World Series. The Dodgers, the LA Dodgers are playing the Minnesota Twins. Game 1. Unbelievably, the Dodgers, of course, are going to start their ace, best pitcher in baseball, Sandy Koufax. Game 1 is on Yom Kippur. Sandy said, I'm not pitching. No, I'm not going to pitch. This is Yom Kippur. This is the Day of Atonement. I can't pitch. And as a 10-year-old kid, I have to say that was something very meaningful for me. It's obviously stuck with me to this day. So the manager went with Don Drysdale instead. Drysdale was pretty good. He could do it. But wouldn't you know, in the third inning that day, Drysdale got bombed, gave up 7 runs. The manager walked out to take the ball to take him out of the game. Drysdale turned to the manager and said, "Hey, Skip, don't you wish I was Jewish?" the way, Koufax came back on 2 days rest to pitch a 3-hit shutout in Game 7 to give the Dodgers the win. So there you go. Okay, back to Rogers and Hammerstone. What can you say about these guys? We're talking Carousel, we're talking Oklahoma, we're talking the South Pacific, we're talking the King and I, and this is royalty. And of course, The Sound of Music. Beautiful love story. Julie Andrews, the Van Trapp family, was played by Captain Van Trapp, was Christopher Plummer. Number 3 all-time ticket sales. Number 1 was Gone with the Wind, all-time ever. Number 2, unbelievably, was Star Wars, which we just saw. This was number 3, most ticket sales ever. The songs in this are remarkable. Do, Re, Mi, My Favorite Thing, 16 going on 17, Climb Every Mountain, So Long Farewell, Edelweiss. In fact, Edelweiss was the last song ever written by Rogers and Hammerstein. So it's hard for me to put in perspective, how could this be number 10? It's better than that, but it's still number 10. Here we go, The Hills Are Alive, The Sound of Music.
They have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray.
We're talking Saturday Night Fever. Staying Alive, we're talking 1977, historical note. Elvis Presley passed away at the age of 42 in 1977. So this movie was released in December 77, and it really changed the music world at the time. It really helped popularize disco music. The Saturday Night Fever soundtrack is one of the biggest selling albums of all time. John Travolta, of course, played Tony Manero. He was 23 years old. He was a young kid making his way in Brooklyn. He would go out and drink with his buddies, and boy, could he dance. In fact, if you were going out on a Saturday night back in the late 70s to a friend's, to a party, to a club, there's a good chance you were doing something like this. Why do I think that you're all saying to yourselves, thank God he's not teaching a dancing class? Okay. Here we go. Staying Alive. Special one, number 9. Another movie music song, not in the top 10. Okay? Not in the top 10. The movie is West Side Story. Hard to believe it's not in the top 10, but there should be 30 in the top 10. It's impossible. The song we're going to hear tonight is the Quintet, the Tonight Quintet. We're back in 1961 when the film came out. The top 5 TV shows in America in 1961: Wagon Train, Bonanza, Gunsmoke, Hazel, and Perry Mason. Okay, so we got We got the brilliant Leonard Bernstein doing the music. This is one of his great, great works. And of course, Stephen Sondheim, the words, the lyrics. This is the Jets and the Sharks, bitter rivals, and they're fighting out. They're having their territorial feud. And this song tonight, it's called the Quintet because there are going to be 5 parts to the song. 5. You have, of course, the Jets doing their thing. You have the Sharks doing their thing. You have Anita, the great Rita Moreno, playing her role. You have Tony Richard Beimer playing his role. Interestingly, the voice is Jimmy Bryant for Tony. And of course, the beautiful Natalie Wood playing Maria. And again, the voice was Marty Nixon. Some of you may know Marty Nixon. She was one of the great voices ever. She sang in The King and I, helping out Deborah Kerr. She sang in My Fair Lady with Audrey Hepburn. And she was also one of the nuns in The Sound of Music. Her unbelievable voice. A beautiful love story based on Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet. Here we go, the Tonight Quintet.
The Jets are gonna have their day tonight. The Jets are gonna have their way tonight. The Puerto Ricans grumble, fair fight. But if they start a rumble, we'll rumble them right. We're gonna hand them a surprise tonight. We're gonna cut them down to size tonight. We said okay, no rumpus, no tricks, but just in case they jump us, we're ready to mix tonight. We're gonna rock it tonight. We're gonna jazz it up and have us a ball. They're gonna get it tonight. The more they turn it on, the harder they fall. Well, they began it, and we're the ones who stop them once and for all. Tonight.
Anita's gonna get her kicks tonight. We'll have our private little mix tonight. He'll walk in hot and tired, poor dear. Don't matter if he's tired, as long as he's here.
Tonight won't be just any night. Tonight there will be no morning star. Tonight, I'll see my love tonight, and for us stars will stop where they are.
The minutes seem like hours, the hours go so slowly, and still the sky is light. Oh, moon, grow bright, and make this endless day endless night.
Okay, moving on to number 8. The Way We Were. We're in 1973, the year that Billie Jean King beat Bobby Riggs in the Battle of the Sexes. The Way We Were. We have Marvin Hamlish, Alan and Marilyn Bergman on the music. Brilliant love story between, of course, Barbra Streisand and Robert Redford, taking place at the end of World War II. They fall in love despite major differences in their backgrounds, their temperaments. Unbelievable love story. And here we go with Barbara doing her thing as only Barbara can, of course. Here we go with The Way We Were.
Of my mind, misty watercolor memories of the way we were.
Okay, we're up to number 7. Pinocchio in 1940. Back in 1940, the average cost of a home in the United States was $3,920. Okay, Pinocchio. Of course, we're talking Disney now. We're talking Lee Harlan and Ned Washington, the music and the words. How could Disney not be included in the top 10 list? When you think about, there's so many songs, memorable songs that could be included. The Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Snow White, and I could go on and on and on. Very, very special voice here who sings this song. A guy by the name of Cliff Edwards. I have a strong feeling you'll know the voice when you hear it. He plays the character Jiminy Cricket in the movie. The song won the Academy Award in 1940 for Best Music, and the song has become the anthem of the Walt Disney Company, which is pretty meaningful. I don't think it matters if you're 6 years old or you're 96 years old. This is remarkable. Here we go.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star.
Okay, we're going to move on to another artist and some music, again, not in the top 10. So we want to talk about a guy by the name of John Barry. Some of you may know him well, some of you may not. John grew up in England. His mother grew up in England in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. His mother was a classical pianist. His father owned a chain of movie theaters in England. So it was a great recipe for him because he loved the piano, he loved movies, and he's become one of the most prolific songwriters in the history of music. Let's get specific. For starters, he is the key person that invented what we now know as the sound, the James Bond sound, James Bond music. In fact, he was intimately involved with 11 James Bond movies. It's sensuous. Let's listen to Goldfinger from 1964.
Goldfinger, he's the man with the Midas touch, a spider's touch, such a cold finger beckons you to enter his web of sin. You feel.
Two things before we leave Goldfinger. Of course, that was Shirley Bassey. It's quite a performance. And for the golfers in the audience, there are quite a few of you. How great was the Goldfinger golf scene? It was very special. Okay. We're not ready to leave John Barry yet. John Barry also was involved very intimately with some of the great epic movies of our time. We're talking Born Free, we're talking The Lion in the Winter, we're talking Out of Africa, and of course, Dances with Wolves. Dances with Wolves won the Academy Award in 1990. It also won the Oscar for the Best Song. This is the theme, the John Dunbar theme, again by John Barry. And I believe it's one of the most beautiful songs ever written. When I close my eyes, I hear Rachmaninoff, I hear Tchaikovsky, I hear Brahms. I don't know how he did it, but it's remarkable. And here we go, Dances with Wolves, the John Dunbar theme by John Barry. Again, not in the top 10. Here we go to number 6. Yeah, we're talking The Graduate. We're talking Mrs. Robinson. It was written by Paul Simon. 1967, the Big Mac was introduced at McDonald's. Okay, the film was directed, of course, by Mike Nichols. And he called Paul Simon and asked him to write a couple of songs for The Graduate. And Paul's initial reaction is it was below him. He thought it was a sellout to write music for movies. But Mike persisted, sent him the script, he read it, and Paul agreed he'd write some music. So he came back with 2 songs. The first song he came back with was, both of these songs were from the Book Ends album. The first song was called Punky's Dilemma. You might remember the first line, "Wish I was Kellogg's cornflake." And the other song was a song called Overs. Both great songs, but Mike said, no, they don't work. Paul, go back. So Paul went back, and he was working on a song called Mrs. Roosevelt, a tribute to Eleanor Roosevelt. And he said, I don't really like the way that's going, so he changed it to, of course, Mrs. Robinson. Hence, he came back to Mike a week or 2 later, played it, and Mike loved it. There were a couple of issues though. One, Paul was Russian, so when he sang the song, he opened up. Paul apologized. He said he's got to go back and give him the first 2 lines because they're not ready yet. And the first 2 lines, of course, were and he said, I got to get you some lyrics for that. And Mike said, no, I love that opening. And we owe it to Mike that we have that opening of this song. Another interesting component of the song, of course, is near the end of the song, the reference to Joe DiMaggio. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? A nation turns its long eyes to you. 2 things. Paul was a huge Yankee fan, huge. And in fact, Mickey Mantle was his guy. And he tried desperately to make it Where Have You Gone, Mickey Mantle, but the words didn't work, it didn't flow. That's why we Joe DiMaggio. Joe, when he heard it, was offended and thought it was an insult. Paul heard about this, got together with Joe. They broke bread, and he realized it was a tribute to Joe. And in fact, when Joe DiMaggio died in March of 1999, A month later, the first week of the season at Yankee Stadium, they had a tribute to Joe DiMaggio. A Sunday afternoon, before the game started, Paul Simon went out to center field and played the song. So you guys know the story. Dustin Hoffman getting seduced by Mrs. Robinson, falling in love with her daughter. Here we go. Number 6 on the list.
Hey, what's the matter?
You can't stop me from seeing her, Mrs. Robinson. I'll find her. I'll find her.
I don't think so.
Okay, on to number 5. We're in 1942. The movie Holiday Inn, the song, of course, White Christmas by Irving Berlin. In 1942, if you walked into a Walgreens, you could get an ice cream cone for 5 cents. So Bing Crosby's version, of course, of White Christmas, it sold only 50 million copies. It's the #1 selling song of all time. Irving Berlin wrote the song. He was out in La Quinta, California at the La Quinta Hotel. He stayed up all night writing it, and he called his secretary that night, and he said, and I quote, grab your pen and take down this song. I just wrote the best song I've ever written. Heck, I just wrote the best song that anybody's ever written. And the song also changed the whole world of Christmas music. It became acceptable to have secular Christmas music. Before this song, you didn't have Jingle Bells. You didn't have Let It Snow. You didn't have I'll Be Home for Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year. All great songs came after. This was the breakthrough. Irving Berlin, Bing Crosby, White Christmas.
A white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write.
The song we're going to listen to is from the movie Schindler's List. 1993. It won the Academy Award for the Best Movie and the Best Original Score. After he finished the film, Steven Spielberg, who of course directed Schindler's List, called John Williams to watch the film. No music at that point. He wanted him to watch it, and Williams was mortified. He was, brought him to his knees. He just, as we all know from Schindler's. Stephen turns to him and says, "Okay, John, I'm looking for you to write the music. You're the guy." And Williams said, "I am not worthy. I can't do this. This is too powerful. I can't do it." And Spielberg looked him in the eye and said, "You're right. You're not worthy. But all the guys I want to write this are already dead." So, Oskar Schindler saved 1,000 Jews. There are now over 7,000 of his descendants living in the world. It's one of the most remarkable films. The performance we're going to see is the guy who did it in the film. We're talking Yitzhak Perlman on the violin. And there's really no words for this one. Here we go. back to the list. We're getting there. We're now moving down to number 4. The movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. The song, of course, the great Moon River. Johnny Mercer wrote the music. One of the great contributors to the Great American Songbook. Henry Mancini. The lyrics. So Mercer first called this song Blue River. Not Moon River, Blue River. But 3 weeks before the song was to be released, another artist came out with Blue River. So he realized he had to regroup, and he went to Moon River. He grew up in Savannah, Georgia, by a little river where he used to pick huckleberries. That river, by the way, is now named Moon River in his honor. Of course, Andy Williams made this song his own at the Academy Awards that year when he sang it. Won the Oscar that year for Best Song. But we're going to watch the original by Audrey Hepburn. What can you say about Audrey Hepburn other than she's very, very special. So, and it's the number 4 song of all time. So here you go. Again, according to the Film Institute.
Wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend.
Number 3, Singing in the Rain. 1952, the Chevrolet Corvette was introduced in 52. Written by Nasir Herb Brown and Arthur Freed. We're talking Gene Kelly here, one of the iconic performances in the history of movies. A couple of things about Kelly. It took 2.5 days to shoot these 3-4 minutes in the rain, and he had 103 fever. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. So here's one of the iconic moments in motion picture history, Gene Kelly singing in the rain.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've a smile on my face. I'll walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing, singing in the rain, dancing in the rain. I'm happy again. singing.
Okay, so we're talking Robert Preston, the Music Man, smooth-talking, corrupt traveling salesman. The Music Man was full of great 76 trombones, Marion the librarian, Till There Was You, Gary Indiana, the Wells Fargo wagon, we could go on and on. Something remarkable about the movie also was that it really introduced the world to what we now know as rap music. Rap. Now, most of you may not be heavily into rap. I know I'm not heavily into rap, but this one tonight's going to be a little different. In fact, when Stephen Sondheim heard it, he described it as a dazzling piece in service of storytelling. The song we're going to hear. The song, of course, is called "You Got Trouble." Let me define rap quickly, and then you'll see how it flows to you. Rap is a musical form of vocal delivery that incorporates rhyme, rhythmic speech, and street vernacular, which is performed or chanted in a variety of ways, usually over a backing beat or musical accompaniment. That's rap. This is the last song not in the top 10. This is "You Got Trouble," really generally the first rap song here.
Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, I say trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a billiard player. Certainly mighty proud to say I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. Help me cultivate horse sense and a cool head and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try to give an ironclad leave to yourself from a three-rail billiard shot? But just as I say it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score in a bop-line game, I say that any boob can take and shove a ball in a pocket. And I call that sloth. The first big step on the road to the depths of degradation. I say first, medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pinchback suit. And listening to some big out-of-town Jasper, hearing him tell about horse race gambling. Not a wholesome trotting race, no, but a race where they set down right on the horse. Like to see some stuck-up jockey boy setting on Dan Patch? Make your blood boil, well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in a table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City youth will be frittering away. I say your young men will be frittering. Frittering away their noontime, supper time, chore time too. Get the ball in the pocket. Never mind getting dandelions pulled or the screen door patched or the beefsteak pounded. Never mind pumping any water till your parents are caught with a cistern empty on a Saturday night, and that's trouble. Yes, you got lots and lots of trouble. I'm thinking of the kids in the Knickerbocker, shirt-tail young ones, peeking in the pool hall window after school. You got trouble, folks, right here in River City. Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. Now, I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm going to be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're loafing around that hall? They were trying out Bevo, trying out Q-Babs, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're going to cover up a telltale breath with Sen-Sen one fine night. They leave the pool hall, heading for the dance at the Armory. Libertine men and scarlet women and ragtime, shameless music that'll grab your...
Okay, we're down to the final two. You probably may know what they are. It surprised me, but here we go. Number 2. We're talking Casablanca. As time goes by. Written by Herman Hupfeld. The song was actually written in 1931 for a Broadway show. It didn't resonate, went away, but they brought it back for Casablanca in 1942. Dooley Wilson, Sam. Is the singer. One of the all-time great love stories, one of the all-time great incredible films. Humphrey Bogart is Rick, Ingrid Bergman is Elsa, Victor Laszlo, Paul Henry, and the cast is incredible. Amazing thing happened at the end of the movie. The producer decided that as time goes by, he didn't feel right to him. So he reached out to Ingrid Bergman and said, "You have to come back. This is a week after the film. We're going to do another song." She had just started that day For Whom the Bell Tolls. And to do that role, she had to cut her hair real short. And when she explained that to the producers, they said, okay, we'll just stick, we'll live with it. We'll live with as time goes by. The number 2 song of all time, according again to the Film Institute. Here we go.
You must remember this.
A kiss is just a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. No matter what the future brings as time goes by.
Sam, I thought I told you never to play.
Well, you were asking about Rick, and here he is. Mademoiselle, may I present...
Hello, sir.
Hello, Rick.
Oh, you've already met Rick, Mademoiselle. Well, then perhaps you also...
This is Mr. Laszlo.
How do you do? How do you do? One hears a great deal about Rick in Casablanca. And about Victor Laszlo everywhere. Won't you join us for a drink?
Oh, no, Rick, never.
Thanks, I will.
Well...
Number one. I think you might have a feeling what's left. Here we go. Of course, the movie The Wizard of Oz, celebrating its 80th anniversary this year. Over the Rainbow, the brilliant Harold Arlen and Yip Harper wrote it. 1939, when it came out, a lot of people think it was the greatest year in the history of movies. You had Gone with the Wind, Goodbye, Mr. Chips, Stagecoach, Mice and Men, Wuthering Heights, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. It was a heck of a good year. So Harold Arlen wrote the music. His name is Hyman Arlen. He was the son of a cantor from Lithuania. He composed the song. Yip Harper, his name is Isidore Hotburn, son of Russian Jewish immigrants, wrote the lyrics. And when you listen to the words of Over the Rainbow, the two men reach deep into the immigrant Jewish consciousness. And, you know, it was framed by the pogroms that their families had to live with. It was the verge of the Holocaust about to begin. And when you listen to the words somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Judy Garland, of course, sang it. She was 17 years old, won the Academy Award for Best Original Song. Unbelievably, the film ends, and Louis B. Mayer, he was in the studio, called these two guys in, and Arthur Freed, who was producing, directing. And Louis Mayer said, that song doesn't fit. And he wanted it out. The three of them went nuts and said, you know, you take this song out, we're out. Out. So Louis B. Mayer's famous line was, let the damn boys have their song. And he threw this one back in. The Film Institute thinks it's the greatest song ever. A lot of experts think it's the greatest song ever. I'm not going to argue with them at any level, as here it is, Over the Rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow.
All right. As always, you're a great audience, and it was great. Thank you. See you all later.